Update number one for the YouTube Shorts algorithm is you need to make sure that you're leveraging other people's content. You should not just be solely relying on yourself to come up with the best content ideas and then also to come up with the best content. I just helped this creator right here gain over 10,000 followers in just 7 days on YouTube as a very small creator. And you want to know how they did it? They took advantage of something that was trending in their niche and something that was both in their niche but then tapped in other niches. They started posting about Jordan Peterson. Normally they post about Christian content, so they started posting about Jordan Peterson and a clip from the Joe Rogan podcast where he was talking about what he thought of the crucifixion of Christ. Now, you're probably wondering, Rob, what does this have to do with my niche? But this is how you need to look at this. This certain video tapped into 3 niches. 1, the original niche that the creator was in. Secondly, Joe Rogan's audience. 3rd, Jordan Peterson's audience. And since then, they gained over 10,000 subscribers because they just reposted somebody else's clip of this podcast, and that is what was successful for them. How can you do this for your own niche? Whether you're in the fitness niche, you're in the make money online niche, you could be in any niche. You could be taking advantage of other people's content, and it's gonna allow you to tap into multiple audiences. I know I say all the time that you need to be very niche down on YouTube, which is 100% true, but you should be trying to go as broad as possible and tapping into different niches where you can, like this creator successfully did. Now, I do want to warn you, with this latest YouTube algorithm update, there have been changes to how long your post should be, what time you should be posting, whether or not you should be using hashtags on YouTube, and so many other things. If you've been noticing either a huge dip or a huge increase in the amount of views that you're seeing on YouTube, the reason is because the algorithm recently changed. So for starters, you need to make sure you're paying attention to what is both trending within your specific niche and what is trending broadly in your niche that you can then clip and bring into your niche. The second update that you guys need to be paying attention to is the actual length of the content that you're creating. So many creators are making 60-second videos on Shorts because you're able to make 60-second videos, but it might not be the right length for your specific niche. I'm going to tell you later on in this video how you can find the best specific length for your exact niche, but before I get into that, I do want to emphasize something. You guys should be posting 20-second videos, 60-second videos, 40-second videos to being able to find out which length actually works best, 1 for your content creation style and 2 for your exact niche. Like I just said, I will share with you later on in this video how to find the exact best length for your specific niche, but I do recommend that you guys test out all of those different things. If you're taking a clips from somebody else's videos, odds are the video is going to be 30 seconds long or 60 seconds long, and that's going to be the best length for it. Or if you're using a trending sound, your video is going to have to be less than 20 seconds or 15 seconds long, so please make sure you guys are taking this into consideration. The post length is one of the biggest things that you guys could be paying attention to. Now, before I dive into how to make the absolute best title for the next video that you're gonna post on YouTube to ensure that your video goes viral, I need to make sure that you smash that subscribe button. If you wanna grow quicker on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, I literally upload a video on how to grow on those platforms every single day. In addition to that, if you wanna learn what hashtags you should be using right now on YouTube, you need to go to the link in the pinned comment below and get into my free YouTube growth course. Don't worry, it's 100% free. When it comes to the titles that you're choosing on your YouTube videos, you guys need to pay very close attention to this because it's the #1 factor that YouTube looks at when they're trying to determine whether or not there's an audience for the content that you're going to be posting. Let me let you in on a little secret. YouTube is not trying to find viewers for your video. Instead, YouTube has a group of viewers and they want to find videos for that group of viewers. What does this mean? This means that your title needs to have a few key things if you want your videos to get surfaced on YouTube. Because at the end of the day, one of the biggest factors separating small creators on YouTube from large creators on YouTube is the titles that they're choosing. It's one of the simplest things that you can do, but it's really a craft that you guys need to make sure that you're mastering because it's gonna make it way easier for YouTube to know who to push your content to and for you to actually get clicks on your content so that you get the views that you know that you deserve. And the only way that you're gonna be able to do this is if you're crafting the right titles, because without the right title, YouTube's not gonna know who to push your content to and nobody's gonna click on your video. So ultimately, if nobody clicks on your video and YouTube doesn't know who to surface your content to, you end up getting no views. Recently, I helped Tuvok12 gain over 1 million subscribers on YouTube in just 24 hours and in total over 2 million subscribers. And the reason that he's been able to do this is because he does an absolutely amazing job with his titles. Almost every single time, they have a few key components. 1, he includes an emoji at the end of it. 2, he has something in parentheses that acts as clickbait. 3, he has keywords in his title so YouTube knows exactly what audience he's trying to reach, and it makes it very, very easy for YouTube to then surface his content to that audience. And then 4th, when he has a title that works or a title format that works, he keeps using it over and over again. I see so many small creators, especially with YouTube Shorts, your titles are all over the place. I have no idea what audience you're trying to hit. YouTube has no idea what audience you're trying to hit. And there's no clickbait, there's no emotion added into it. So people that are looking at it, they don't get curious about what the video is actually about. And this is why nobody's clicking on your content. And this is why YouTube doesn't know who to surface your content to. And ultimately, it's a reason that you're not getting views. Because at the end of the day, your title is the #1 factor that YouTube's looking at when they're trying to determine whether or not they actually have an audience for your content and if you're your title doesn't make somebody want to click, then when your content surfaces anywhere besides the Shorts feed, guess what's going to happen? Nobody's going to click on the video, your click-through rate's going to tank, and then YouTube isn't going to continue to push out your content. You need to understand something. Shorts can show up in multiple placements. They can show up on the Shorts feed, or they can show up anywhere else on YouTube. When they're showing in those other placements on YouTube, if nobody's clicking on it, which means your title and your thumbnail are absolutely horrible and don't invoke curiosity, well then guess what's going to happen? Then nobody is going to be watching your video, which means you're not going to get the views and the subscribers that you want. And I do want to emphasize, the opportunity to actually take advantage of YouTube Shorts, it's not going to last forever. If you were trying to grow a YouTube channel just 12 months ago, 24 months ago, it was way harder than it is right now. And trust me, it's not going to be this easy forever. So please, make sure you're taking everything that I say seriously. Make sure you're taking notes on it. Make sure that you pay attention to the next couple things I'm going to be sharing with you, because they are by far the most important parts of this video. And I'm going to be giving you the exact unlocks you guys need to make sure that you're hitting in order to be successful on YouTube. But if you ignore just one thing that I'm going to be sharing with you, or you skip a piece of this video, it's going to be the reason that you're not successful on YouTube. I look at hundreds of YouTube videos every single day, and I can objectively say that the number one thing that separates small creators on YouTube from large creators is that large creators actually understand how to craft a title, and that is why their videos get surfaced on YouTube. For a lot of you small creators, you're not including the keywords that you need to. A lot of times your titles are way too long, or your titles are way too short, or you just can't tell at all what the actual video is about, and that's why YouTube isn't pushing out your content. Let's look at the title of this video, for example. It does 3 things correctly. 1, in parentheses, I have something clickbaity. 2, I made it very clear to YouTube that this video is for people that watch videos about the YouTube algorithm and that want to grow quicker on YouTube. I did that by adding in those keywords. And then finally, and you don't have to do this for all videos, but for search topics, it definitely works really well, is I let YouTube know that this was for March 2022 and that this is the most recent video on the topic that people are going to be searching for. What does this do? This allows YouTube to then surface this video to a ton of new creators and to old creators that have watched my content in the past, because you need to understand something. When YouTube is trying to determine whether or not they have an audience for the video that you're actually created, they're looking at whether or not they have an audience that is interested in stuff like that. How did they determine this? They determine this based on people's past viewer history. If somebody went and watched a video about Logan Paul, they'd get a ton of videos surfaced about Logan Paul afterwards, both from the creator that they watch that original video and the other creators. So when somebody watches my content, then they get surfaced videos about how to grow on YouTube, how to grow on Instagram, how to grow on TikTok. And guess what? That's why my videos, 1, get resurfaced to those people. And then when other people in my niche post something, my videos then get resurfaced again. And the only way that you're able to do this is if you're adding those keywords into your content that makes it super easy for YouTube to actually know who to push your content to. And this brings me to my next point. You shouldn't only be paying attention to your title. You need to also make sure that you're paying attention to your thumbnail. I strongly suggest making a custom thumbnail, whether you're making long form content or YouTube Shorts content, but the thumbnail, it needs to invoke curiosity. And please do not make the mistake that so many other creators make by doing something boring or doing something where the text is really small. It needs to be very bold. Ideally, it should only have 3 to 4 words on it. It should have bright contrast and colors, and it needs to be something that is clickbaity. It needs to be something that somebody is going to click on. You need to understand something. When somebody goes to YouTube, they're not only seeing your video, they're not only seeing your title, they're not only seeing your thumbnail, they're gonna see a ton of other videos, and guess what? Not horrible videos. Videos that have been successful. So your thumbnail and your title need to be even better than those. They need to connect with your audience even more. You need to know the other videos that your audience is clicking on. Who else in your niche is being successful? What are they doing in their thumbnails? What are they doing in their titles? How can you make yours even better so that you're connecting to that audience even more, so that the audience is clicking on your content over their content or anybody else's content? And this is how you're going to be successful on YouTube. Whether you're posting long form content or posting short content, this is essential. Now, please, if you're posting shorts content, do not make videos less than 7 seconds long. It is going to tank the amount of views that you're getting. Stop posting videos less than 7 seconds long. When it comes to how long your video should actually be, you need to be looking at 2 things. 1, if you're going after a topic that is search-based, you need to then look up that term, type in hashtag shorts after that term, and then you'll see all the shorts for that. You'll see how long those other videos are. I strongly suggest making your video that same exact length. If you're not doing something like that, what you need to be doing is recreating a video that has done well for somebody else. If you're reposting somebody else's content, you're gonna wanna make it 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Those are gonna be the 2 best lengths, and please make sure that you're actually clipping the video when there's a hook so that people are going to actually wanna watch whatever you're showing them. In addition to that, when you're recreating somebody else's video, you should not make your video the same exact length as them. In fact, you should try to make your video shorter and more compact, but get more watch time than them. If somebody made a 60-second video and got 80% watch time, and you were able to make a 50-second video that also got 85% watch time or 90% watch time, well then guess what's gonna happen? Your video is gonna get surfaced even more, especially if they subscribe at the end of your video. So please make sure that you're giving people a reason to subscribe in your videos. It is going to skyrocket the amount of views that you're actually getting on YouTube. This brings me to the final and by far most important part of this video, which are the main two factors that the YouTube algorithm is going to be looking at. One, whether or not there's actually an audience for your content. We already went through how you guys could be doing this, but you also need to be paying very, very close attention to how much watch time you're actually getting on your videos. Posting long form content, you should be aiming for 50 to 60% watch time at least. If you're posting short form content, aim for 85% watch time at least. Now you need to understand something. If you're hitting these watch time metrics and your videos are not taking off, and I'm not saying taking off in the first 6 hours or 24 hours, because you need to understand the majority of your views on YouTube are going to come after the first 24 hours that you post, and this is for everybody, every niche. The majority of shorts that go viral doesn't happen for a couple days, so please be patient as you're posting content. Make sure that you're implementing everything that I share with you in this video, and make sure if you are hitting the watch time that I just recommended and you're not getting a lot of views even after a week or a month, it is 100% because of the titles of your video, and that is what you need to be adjusting. In addition to that, it might be because you're not posting at the right time on YouTube, which is exactly why I created the video that I'm going to put up on the screen next. If you don't know what time you should be posting on YouTube, or you want to get more views every single time that you post, please watch this video. I really think that you should watch it next.